Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Danielle Noyce here for the 1 Degree Outside Weather Network. Thank you for making us a part of your daily routine. If you've been enjoying our content, you can get more as a member on Patreon. We've got 4 different membership tiers to choose from. Patreon.com/1 Degree Outside will give you all the details for each different tier and what you get. Exclusive content, podcast dropped last week, live stream as well. Thank you to everybody that's signed up so far. Now, this is your Insights video. We're going to take you out through the rest of this week. And Matt talked about last night in Sunday Evening Essentials that we get a little bit of a pattern shift going on here. Early spring feel this week with slightly above normal temperatures. Quite a contrast compared to what we had last week. There'll be some rain showers to dodge too, but no day looks like a washout or anything overly substantial or impactful. There will be a little bit of snow in the mountains, and then cold air returns this weekend. So don't get used to this early spring feel. It's a little taste of it here. Weather map across the country for our Tuesday, high pressure and control, cold front sweeping through the northeast United States. There'll be some showers of both rain and snow that we'll take a look at. But what a difference. You remember at this time last week, there were deep purples and blues that extended all the way back down to the southern plains, where this week we're talking about highs in the 70s and 80s in some of those same spots. There's another storm coming into the Pacific Northwest as well, and another disturbance into the Great Lakes for Wednesday that will slide east during the day on Thursday. So there will be a little bit of unsettled here through the middle part of the week, despite the fact that we'll have milder temperatures as well. So for our Tuesday, I do think there'll be a lot of clouds around and breaks of sun here or there. Watch as I play the map through. A couple of rain showers possible through central and western New England. Yeah, a little blue showing up, cold enough with elevation in the mountains that we'll get some wet snowflakes that mix in across central and northern Vermont, far northern New Hampshire and northwest Maine tomorrow, late afternoon to evening. Farther east you go, I can't rule out a rogue shower tomorrow ahead of it, but most of the day is dry. Couple of showers sweep through during the late evening. And then Wednesday, we clear the skies out, at least pre-dawn on Wednesday, so that you're waking up to a lot of sunshine through the interior, maybe a few stubborn clouds that will push off the coastline Wednesday morning, and maybe a few wet flakes still mixing in with elevation in northern New England. So what does that mean in terms of accumulation for the mountains? Well, a little bit of fresh snow out there. With elevation is the key, right? So notice the legend here, coating to an inch up the spine of the Green Mountains, but more like 1 to 2 in central and northern Vermont. Some places like Jay with some of the summits may pick up 3 or 4 by the time all is said and done. Same for Coos County and far northern Maine, where it goes from a coating to a few inches by the time we get to Wednesday evening. Then I'll play things through on Thursday, and we're going to add a little bit more. So by Thursday evening, it's an additional 1 to 3 inches, putting it at 4 to 6 in some of the highest summits across the Green Mountains, favorable facing slopes of the White Mountains and into northern Maine. Otherwise, the farther south you come, it's a coating to an inch, and that will change over to rain by the time we get to Thursday afternoon. And that's because we get another surge of that warmer air coming in. So even we get a little bit of snow that starts Wednesday night, we see that surge of warmth that comes in. Yes, there may be some localized slick travel early on Thursday morning across central and northern New England before we can get it to flip over. And Thursday is, I'd say, the wettest day this week, just in terms of the fact that we get some pockets of rain and showers that sweep through for central and southern New England, even all the way into northern New England as those temperatures rise, lingering as a little bit of snow into the crown of Maine by the time we get to Thursday evening. And then Friday, that front's offshore. We'll get some upslope snow showers in the mountains on Friday or a stray flurry elsewhere. And then here's that next disturbance, likely to come in for the upcoming weekend, along with some colder air too. So depending on the track of this system, there will be some rain and snow potential. Doesn't look like a major system, but something we'll be keeping an eye on for Saturday and into early Sunday. High temperatures on Tuesday, 40s and 50s. Yeah, 50 to 55 in some of the warmest spots in southern New England. Wind out of the west on Tuesday night. So Matt talked about this too. We're going to get some melting, this thaw, and then a refreeze in spots during the overnights. Notice somewhere like Boston, back down to the Cape and the South Coast, we stay above freezing. But through the interior, we're right around or just under 30. So there may be some icy spots to develop with that melting refreeze cycle that takes place. That'll be the case again on Wednesday, well into the 40s to lower 50s. Even the northern New England spots that are typically cooler will still be running near 40 degrees. Thursday, we're well into the 40s. So even if we get that burst of snow that changes over, yes, some localized slick spots early in the morning, and then the temperature does rise. 40s to lower 50s again. Wind kicks up on Thursday as that front comes in. And on Friday, it shifts around out of the northwest. So gradually some cooler air comes back. 30s north, 40 to 45 south. A pretty seasonable day here for the last day of February. Can you believe it? You can track it all with our free app. We get the 14-day forecast on there, the Send to Us tab, the videos right at the top. It's free on the App Store and Google Play. And be sure to check in later on today for pattern predictions. Matt's going to take a look at the next couple of weeks, taking us out to the middle of March to see if this stormy and colder than normal pattern will return.